Hello, my name is David Collins and welcome to this video series. This video series is aimed for you, the family member, while your loved one is with us at the Foundation Clinic or in one of our organizations. And maybe they're not so loved anymore. Maybe your relationship with them is under a lot of strain. So what we're looking to do is to assist you in getting control of your own life so that you can kind of break free from the impact that the person that you care about, their addictive behavior is impacting you. Okay, and today what I want to talk about is the challenge that we have sometimes in a family. So here I'm going to draw an axis. And along this axis, we've got severe substance abuse, and we have mild substance abuse. So there's a mild substance abuse problem, and then there's a severe substance abuse problem. And here we have mild mental health and severe mental health. So unfortunately, a lot of our clients, which are dual diagnosis, which means that they're self-medicating because there's an underlying psychiatric condition, when they come here, they'll see a doctor, a psychiatrist, that'll give them a psychiatric diagnosis. And what we try and get them to do is, once they've seen the psychiatrist, the medical doctor and the psychiatrist, is to try and get them to understand what their diagnosis is. They will all have substance use disorder, and they'll all be here with severe substance use disorder, but there might be an additional psychiatric diagnosis: bipolar, type 1, type 2, depression, ADD, ADHD, something like that, borderline personality disorder. And the hope in the family is when the person moves from severe substance abuse and severe mental health problems, that their recovery process as they come to the clinic is that they move over to this area here where they have a mild mental health problem and a mild substance abuse problem. Hopefully they get to a place of complete abstinence and they're able to take full responsibility for their mental health and their substance abuse problem. Unfortunately, some families, their clients or their loved ones will move from a severe substance abuse problem but still have a severe mental health problem. And how do you, as a family member, how do you get support in detaching yourself and still loving that person while they sit with that diagnosis? And hopefully these videos will help you understand. And what we want you guys to understand as family members is the three things is to get to a place of detachment. So the goal for the family member is to detach, D-E-T-A, yeah, is to detach from the problem. We're an adult education environment, so we're not working with children. As parents or as partners, you're dealing with adults, hopefully, and to get you to detach and to realize that you didn't cause it, you can't cure it, and you can't control it. And these three C's come from Naranon, which is a 12-step support group for family members that are struggling to detach from that. And what we'll talk about is a continuum along here where the relationship is along a continuum of one of codependency to independency to interdependency. And we're trying to get the relationship to a place of interdependency. So you, the family member, while your client is, or patient or loved one is with us, and they're moving hopefully along this axis, but maybe we have to deliver the news to you that, listen, your loved one actually has a severe mental health problem that needs to be managed. How can you first of all get to a place of independence where you can look after yourself and get to learn how to live so that the relationship can move to a place of interdependency? Yeah. So I'll take responsibility for my own mental wellness and my own condition, and I will support you in a way that isn't going to impact me and make my life as a family member unmanageable and unbearable. And that's what we mean by detaching. Now, detachment is, a lot of people say, how do we detach? And we're not asking you to be always looking for compassion here. We're looking for compassion for yourself, for your family members, and for the relationship. So this is a compassionate process, and we would like you to be able to get out of the guilt and the shame. That's the first place we would like the family members to get out of, is to realize that it's not their fault, and whatever the history has been, whatever the childhood history has been, or whatever it is to get some acceptance around that. I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry we got divorced. I'm sorry this didn't happen, or whatever it is to get some acceptance around that, and for the family member to move out of the place of guilt and shame and to start to understand healthy anger. Yeah, have some healthy feelings around the grief, the loss, the sadness, and some healthy fear. So fear gives you the gift of intuition. It allows you to see into the future. And the biggest fear for any family member, and I'm sorry that I have to say it, but somebody has to say it, is that their loved one is going to die. And we want you to be able to get to a place where you can get to a place of joy, because you as a family member deserve to live. And what we want to do is to bring some emotional intelligence, some EQ around those feelings for you yourself. So how can I as a family member identify myself, what I'm feeling, the way that I'm responding to the situation as opposed to reacting in an unconscious way? Am I responding in a way that is healthy? Am I responding in a way that is going to move our relationship to a place of interdependence, where we both take responsibility for our side of the street? And am I able to get a life and to continue my relationship with the other family members or partners, whether it's children, husbands, wives, siblings, whatever, because the whole family system is impacted by this person's behavior. And our hope is, and our goal is, the ideal situation is that the client will take responsibility for their mental condition, for their severe mental health and their severe substance abuse, and start to move over here. And hopefully they get to move to a place and to reintegrate back into the family. It's a process. It takes time. It's not easy. It's thrives in guilt and shame. So part of success for us is getting yourself, the family members, and our clients out of the guilt and shame of it, out of the denial of the problem and to start to take responsibility for the way that their behavior impacts those people around them. And yes, I certainly hope this video has been helpful. When clients get admitted and they come into treatment, they are here. And our medical doctors, our psychologists, our psychiatrists, our social workers, our counselors, they'll take a history, they'll look at the past, they'll see what kind of history has created the admission, the need for the admission, for treatment, so that we can best take a systemic approach to the problem, dealing with the person here. And this is the medical world. If there are unresolved issues of guilt, shame and trauma, we take them to the biopsychosocial world, where there's trauma work, clinical psychology, social work. And over in this world, we're trying to get our clients engaged in some sort of self-help and support. And we would recommend the same for you guys as the family members, to get help for yourselves around that, to break the isolation that substance use disorder or mental health causes for the family members. And that's why we have a family group on a Wednesday, which you guys are invited to come to and to be a part of, because often we need this person to recognize the impact that their behavior is having on the ones that they care about and love, and themselves. And hopefully they get some emotional intelligence around their own guilt and shame, their own anger, their own sadness, their own fear, and that they can bring some joy into their own lives. Yeah, so that's today's lesson. Hope it hasn't been too long and boring. I hope you find it interesting and helpful. Get in touch with one of our coaches or one of the therapists to find out more. And please ask questions, comment, and we're here to help. Thank you for watching.